Hello, magnificent beings. Eva Gregory here, and I wanted to pop in today to talk to some of you about some things that you can do to get creative as far as bringing clients on board. But the first thing I want to say is that everything has to start with your mindset. Mindset is absolutely everything. This is not the time to be shrinking back, to assume nobody is going to be able to pay you or work with you. It's just time to get creative, that's all. So the first thing I would say is you want to get up every morning and you want to ask yourself, what do I need to do to be the best version of myself today? That's your question. What do I need to do to be the best version of myself today? That's it. Mindset. The only competition you have right now is not others. It is not the pandemic. It is your mindset. And so, who were you yesterday? That's the only thing you're competing with. Who were you yesterday, and how will you show up today as the best version of yourself today? Okay? All right. That's my little pumping up to do right now. So, if the only thing right now between you and a client is the money, then it is time to get creative. So, I want to give you some ideas to consider about that. So I hope that you have a pen and paper ready to jot some of these down, or that you've got your keypad in front of you. But the first thing you want to do is, when you're talking to potential clients who say that they can't afford it, that's okay. Do not freeze up. All right. What happens is, energetically, we get into this place like the deer in the headlights. Don't do that. You're here to serve your clients. Just like, okay, great. So if the money was not an issue, would there be any reason that you wouldn't immediately start? Just ask the question. That's all you're doing, is you're being curious and you're asking them questions, and then just wait for their answer. Now, sometimes it is about the money, but sometimes it's not. I have been surprised in the past to find out for some people it wasn't about the money. There was just something that they need clarity around, and then we okay. So if they do say no, if money were not an issue, they would be willing to get moving with you, then one of the questions you could ask is there a number that you could invest that would make it easy for you right now? Okay? Ask them, and then just see what they have to say. Now, you might be able to create an interesting way to work together. So if they say yes and they give you a number, if the number is something that you could work with, maybe you offer a lighter version of what you normally do. So you're not going to give your full packages away, okay? That's not what I'm talking about. But I am talking about getting creative and maybe chunking it down and maybe offering a lighter version or a different version of what you normally offer. So for example, what if you offered 1 hour of coaching and you split that into 4 15-minute sessions? You just provided them with a month's worth of coaching with you, okay? Or you could offer 2 hours of 15-minute sessions and have 2 months of coaching with you. But you're breaking it down, so you're moving it into 15-minute sessions versus an hour, or however it is that you normally do your coaching. All right, so be thinking about some of the things that you could do along those lines that would make it easy. People are looking for support right now, so get out of your head that people are not. Some people aren't, but there are a lot who are. All right, so other ways that you can create an easy way for people to say yes is, you could, if you offer one-on-one coaching, offer a group program. It's always cheaper than one-on-one coaching. And that means maybe you coach 2 people during a specific time together, or you have what you call office hours, where people will just dial in and then you'll work with them a little bit at a time, each person who's dialing in the group coaching. So I'm not talking about having to figure out creating full programs. I'm talking about doing what you're already doing, but doing it in a little bit different way. All right? You could do something like 21 days of coaching with a 5-minute check-in each night for a much lower fee than you normally offer. Or you could have a month or two of email only coaching and offer that at a lower rate than your normal fees. Or something like, how about Rent My Brain session? Maybe you have 2 hours of consulting or brainstorming or creativity working with a client. Another idea is something I used to do was a year-long, I would offer for a year what I called my 15-minute laser coaching sessions. The way that worked is you would pay for a year, you would come on the first 15-minute session, and then at the end of that session, your client would then have an assignment. They'd have to go away and complete that assignment. Then once the assignment was completed, then they would schedule their next session with you. So it's not necessarily a 15 minutes each week. It's 15 minutes, go away and do your assignment, come back for the next 15 minutes. So in that case, in my case, my experience has been that sometimes people will do something within a week, but a lot of times there were things that would take more than a week for them to do. And they don't need to be coming to weekly sessions if they haven't completed what the past session you had with them was about, right? And so it might be 2 weeks. And then they might have 2 sessions that are really close together, and then they're off for another week or 2. So it's not a weekly session, but it is an as-needed session once they've completed their accountability based on the session you had with them before, okay? So you could charge something like that, but instead of offering it for a year, what I would be recommending is that could be an offer that you do for 3 months. So we're chunking things down. People may not be ready to commit to 6 months or a year if that's something you normally do, but if they're just wanting that support to get through these times, 2 months, 3 months, make an offer, and even in that you could break that into payments over the 1 or 2 months. I'll tell you something else that I'm seeing is there are some people who have already submitted their tax returns and they're using their tax refunds to fund their coaching and their programs. Now, there is another option for those of you with clients in the United States, and that is called PayPal Credit. Many of you are probably very familiar with PayPal Credit only because I offer it. In just about anything I do, I always have that as one of my options. So the way that works is you don't have to have a merchant account. If you have a PayPal account, you can set up with them to be able to offer PayPal Credit. Then when your person, your follower, your prospect expresses interest, then you send them a PayPal link for the full pay amount of whatever it is that you just offered them. You can't do this on payments. They have to pay the full pay. However, the way it works is when you send them the link, they will click on that link and then choose PayPal Credit. If accepted, that means that they can sign up right away. They can pay nothing, interest-free, for 6 full months. So no payments, no interest. However, you will be sent the payment right away from PayPal. So you get paid right away, but they don't have to pay anything back for a full 6 months. So if you have anything to offer for 3 months, 4 months, 5 months, 6 months, and they are willing to use PayPal Credit, or at least try, it doesn't hurt to. Some people they might turn it down, but the thing about PayPal Credit is it's only for people in the United States. All right. So that's another option you have, and then of course, one of the things you want to be doing is understanding that some people can't move forward right now, and that's okay. You just want to know that this won't always be the case. This is temporary, even if we don't know what that temporary looks like right now. And so this is where you really want to stay in touch with them, keep the conversation going, create opportunities for relationship building and discussion, even though they're not ready to do anything right now, especially knowing that some people are definitely going through a tough time right now. So while on the surface this might look like a dead end, it absolutely is not. Please remember your mindset here. And when you treat your followers like actual human beings instead of just another prospect, you do this by asking questions, by focusing on future opportunities that you have. And as you do, you're creating a great relationship with them. And when everything is up and running again, then you'll be the one that's top of mind. You'll be the one that has an immediate with that person, all right? It's like they say, the best time to plant a tree was 20 years ago. The best time to plant a tree, the next best time to plant a tree is now. Now. So in other words, now is the time to plant those seeds, continue to make the connections, build relationships with your people. It is all about relationships. So when they are ready, you already have a foot in the door. Okay? So you will definitely want to adapt your message strategy right now. You want to be able to speak to the topics that are top of mind for everyone right now and what they're thinking about. But the key here is to remember that they are human beings. And so speak to them as a human being in your communications. All right? So that is it. I'd be curious to know which of these ideas are you prepared to take action on. Let me know in the comments below. If you have any questions about anything, you can also let me know that in the comments below. And remember, it's really about mindset more than anything else right now. And so don't shrink back. Lean in. Let me know what strategies you're using, or if you have any qualifying questions or clarifying questions, I should say, about anything that I've shared here. Let me know that in the comments below, and I'll be sure to respond to you. All right. That was it for today. Big, big heart hugs. Lots of love. Bye for now.